Vlog time. Hey guys, Vick here, back with vlog v1og #2, episode 2 of the vlog, the new formatted vlog from myself. Welcome back to the vlog. Sorry it's not a live thing, it should probably be a live thing, but I'm just really busy in the evenings at the moment, sorting a lot of stuff out, and all that kind of thing, and I've not been that well either. You can hear in my reviews, I've had a sore throat and a cough and a cold and all that, so the live thing, yeah, I can edit out if I get coffee here, so the live thing wouldn't be great at the moment, so that's why it's not been a live thing. So sorry there's not been a live thing, but I hope you will enjoy this vlog. It is an action-packed vlog, that is for sure. Vaping on in today's vlog, on all the things that we'll be talking about, I'll be vaping on a little bit, I'm sure, but vaping on this a little bit. This is the nzHzVu RDA and the Definitive Designs TS. I've reviewed both of these items now. I like them in combination. It was just pure chance that the nzHzVu RDA comes with this really cool clear goon tip, and I think that sort of works with this quite nicely. Very cloudy RDA on a very cloudy mod. Yeah, enjoying this setup. I've got Can Only Be One from Just Add Nick in here, my favourite juice at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, enjoy the mod, like the mod, I've done the review for that, check that out if you missed it. nzHzVu, really interesting RDA. One thing I I literally didn't know when I did the review, is it's actually a fellow reviewer that has designed this RDA with DJV. It is Adrian Lowe nzHzVu. Adrian Lowe nzHzVu is the reviewer that designed this RDA. So I'm sorry that I didn't give the credit where it was due. It's literally not in any of the marketing that I've read for this product. For example, this was sent to me by heavensgifts.com. On the entire page for this product, it doesn't mention Adrian once, and DJV don't really have a website yet, and there was just nothing out there, so I genuinely didn't know Adrian was involved. So there we go. Apologies, severe apologies. I have, as soon as I realised, as soon as I was informed, I did add it as a pinned comment on that review, so anyone that's reading the comments will see my comment saying about that. But yes, what can you do? What can you do? What can you do? But yeah, really interesting, really solid RDA, very, very cloudy. Quite enjoying it. I think it's quite a balanced review, but there's a certain set of vapors that I think would definitely love that RDA and should definitely check out that review if you missed it. So that was a thing, and that's what I'm vaping on kind of mainly. So we're gonna do some new stuff. I'm gonna go through some new stuff that I haven't shown you yet. Personal vape mail I've got as well. I want to show you that stuff. I'm going to shout out a juice later on. I'm going to do a giveaway later on. I'm going to talk about some of the drama. I don't like the word drama because it's spilled beyond drama in a way. It's literally industry news, isn't it? So I think we'll pick up on it a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the VooPoo VandyVape stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the Yup RDA stuff. You might not have heard about that. Yeah, so I am going to gently, lightly touch on those things. I think it's important. So yes. So with those things as well, new stuff, juice, vape mail, VooPoo thing, the Hell's Gate Yup thing. Yeah, all good stuff. Giveaway, all good stuff. Loads of stuff to come. So what's new? One of my newer setups that I've got in is this. Am I going to go through this in some sort of order? Okay, yeah, let's go through it in order so I don't mess this up. The review for this is like next, like imminent, like very imminent. It's all ready to go. This is the switcher from Vaporesso. It's called the switcher because you can literally pull the case off and switch your cases if you manage to get hold of another case somehow. Yeah, big 200 watt, 230 watt mod from Vaporesso. The switcher, that is coming. Still got the Colt Mini from Tesla to do, and the wall crawler as well. Who makes the wall crawler? VapTO wall crawler to do as well. So I've still got those to do, so that's those. Then I've got these as well. You should have seen the review for the Bachelor. If you've missed that one, check it out. But this is new since we last vlogged. This is the Bachelor tank from EH Pro. It's an RTA. It's, I think, is it the 3rd or 4th version of the Bachelor? I've been a big fan of the Bachelor over the time. They've done several versions. They did one that had pre-built RTA coils that you could drop in, or you could do your own. They've had a few different versions of the Bachelor. This is the Bachelor X, a single coil RTA. Very cloudy for a single coil RTA. 25mm wide. 3.5mm capacity, comes with a bubble tank to go up to 5mm. Fits goon tips. It's cool. It's a cool RTA. This. The deck is very nudge-esque. Yeah. Very cloudy RTA. So that's a thing. On top, that is on top of the SigStar Greek Temple mod. I think it's a fairly new company, SigStar. I don't really know much about them. Mega cool screen. Really colourful, vibrant, detailed screen on this. 200 and odd watt mod, dual 18650, 2 amp charging, snakeskin effect on the side. This is the grey one. There's a black one as well. Pretty cool. It can fit big tanks on top. Pretty cool. Not the cheapest, not as cheap as I expected it to be actually, but a pretty interesting, a pretty cool mod. I'm actually quite enjoying it, and that's what the Bachelor X is sat on. So that's new. So the Bachelor X review is available. Check that out, and the Greek Temple review will be coming soon. What else? Oh, I've got this. This is new from Joytech. This will be getting a quick look. This is the Xceed Edge. The Xceed Edge from Joytech. It's a pod style vape. It's a starter kit style vape, a new vapor style vape, smoky quitting type kit, mouth to lung affair, and it's in a pod style. So this bit here is a pod. It is a pod. But you can change the coil heads in here, like, you know, just like a normal starter kit, and you can put whatever juice you want in, like a normal starter kit. So it's pod style. They are kind of like pods, but it's not. It's not a pod. It's not a pod system in the truest sense of the word. It's just a very funky starter kit. Very funky. Really funky looking starter kit. The button is this grippy bit here. You've got a light on the bottom for battery indication. And it's yeah, mouth to lungy type vape. I think it's 1.2 or 1.6 or something like that. Coil head. It's the Xceed ones that they've done in a few kits now. This is good. This is a good little. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool looking. Works like it should for a starter vape, and yeah, a cool little pod system. That cool little pod system. Also got this. Just put this on my Instagram. This is the Cultura. It says on here when you light it up. Cultura 100W, 100 watt Cultura. I've got the camo one. Can you see it? Can you see it up against this background? It's camouflage. It's quite tricky to see. But yeah, this is the Cultura from V-Zone. V-Zone were the guys that did that Simply Squonk kit. If you remember me reviewing that, it was a very basic but very hard-wearing beta style squonk mod, budget. But it was alright actually. It was alright, that kit. This is the same guys. This is V-Zone, and they've done this Cultura 100 watt Cultura 100 watt. It's got. I'm still looking into this. It's got a very interesting board. The menu on the board reminds me a lot of the Tesla stuff, and I don't know if there's been some collaboration or not. But very bright, nice screen. It's 2700, and yeah, it's like a 100 watt situation, TC and all that. Yeah, little door at the bottom. It's not only available in camo. It's available in some other colours and stuff. Pretty good, pretty good. Got the old Squay PC on here. I do like single cell devices, you know. I like those lower watts. You get that battery life that you need. But that's the Cultura. Pretty interesting. It's going to be another one of those where I'll say, oh, I wish it was just black leather, or I wish it was just black or stainless and not so leery, because it's actually a pretty functional device. That seems to be V-Zone's trademark. This one is V-Zone as well. This is new from V-Zone. This is that's a peerless RDTA on that. I've had that a little while, but because this is all yellowy goldy, I thought I'd put a gold tank on top. Peerless RDA on top. This one is called the Graffiti. Is that right? The Graffiti. Does it say on it? Does it say on it anywhere? Well, it is anyway, I promise. It's called the Graffiti. It's a 200 plus watt mod. Big battery door on here. Again, this is available in loads of funky styles. I've got just some dude standing behind some graffiti, and it's all in graffiti style. It's got a rainbowy bit on here. It's got goldy yellow on here. It's you know, it's very funky. I don't know if it's I don't know how appropriate it is to do this style of design, you know, with things like the FDA saying we're aiming at kids and stuff. Might have to mention that on the review. You know, it is a little bit childish looking. It is a little bit childish looking, isn't it? Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, it's a bit. It's there, isn't it? But it's very funky, and if that's your bag, then that's fine. It's 200 watt jobby. It's got the same sort of similar board to the Cultura. Micro USB here, but you can whip the batteries out quick as you like. Quite a central 510 on it. Yeah, pretty funky. I do like this. I do like this peerless RDTA, but it's got virtually no tank capacity. You can absolutely fly through your juice. I need to stop vaping on everything that I talk about. It's getting too cloudy. But yeah, so some good stuff coming up. So the running order is looking like I'm going to have to squeeze in the Colt and the Crawler somewhere. Then so I've just done the Bachelor, so the Greek Temples come in, the Switchers come in, those two straight up come in ASAP. Then I'll try and look at the Edge, and yeah, happy times. You know, there's always plenty to review. There's some things waiting for me at work as well that I need to look at as well. So loads of things coming up. The new Wismec Relu is at work, and eLeaf, something from eLeaf is at work as well. So yeah, so lots going on. So yeah, as always, plenty to review. So that's all good. So that's the new stuff. That was the new stuff section of the vlog. Also new to me, vape mail, not for review purposes, but I've shown this a bit around, but I haven't shown it in a vlog. It's new to me. But I have a 3D printed half. These are available in Stabwood. There's a half S now as well. Always really loved these designs. For people that aren't familiar with this, it separates down the middle here like that. Can you see that? It literally pulls off. This whole bit pulls off, that bit pulls off. Your battery's in one side, your squonk bottle's in the other. You pull it off, sort out your squonk bottle, change your battery. Really funky, really funky, really funky. And this was sent to me by the beautiful Craig Harrison, formerly of the Ideal Home Show. I sent him that spruiser to look at, the Asmodus spruiser. I wanted to get his take on it, and he sent me this for a go because he's got a billion stab versions of this now, so he's happy. So that's cool. I don't know if I might do a little show and tell on this or not. I don't know. It's very interesting, very funky. If you've not seen this before, you know, it really is. But they've been around a long time, so I don't know. But very pleased to get that. Joining my little squonk collection for now, as I really like it, really impressed. Always been a big fan. The stab ones must be amazing. I know Mark Todd has just done a video showing his stabilised wood version of that. I think he did a little showy tell vid. Yeah, really cool. So check that out if you are interested in this sort of thing. So that is all the new stuff. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I managed to dig out this as well. Have you heard of these? You heard of this yet? This is the Wasp Nano. I happened to just grab on sale a clear version, a see-through clear version of the Wasp Nano. I never reviewed it. Umia, is it Umia? I've never really dealt with those guys. I think the only people that do are the people that have reached out to them, and I don't do that. So I've never actually dealt with them at all. But the Wasp Nano has just been this huge success, maybe one of the RDAs of the year. You know, it's incredibly popular squonking RDA on a budget. Single coil jobby. I don't need to explain this to you guys. If you guys aren't aware of the Wasp Nano, then crazy times. I don't know where you've been, but yeah, I like this RDA. It's very highly rated for a really good reason. It's a really solid, really good RDA. I think the build is key though. I think coil position is key on this, and wicking, the amount of cotton you use is key on this as well for performance. But I think it's a great RDA, and I love that it comes in loads of colours. And I just wanted a clear one, just so I could see what it matched up with and stuff, and very cool indeed. So yeah, so I picked up a Wasp Nano, and I think it's great. Obviously not going to do a video on that, but yeah, I think it's great. Another thing that I picked up since the last vlog, not actually a vape device, but I actually got this. It's a new lens for the old camera. It's a macro lens. I'm not going to go into it, but it's basically it's a macro lens. It's a new macro lens for filming very close up to a magnified level, and I've started to use this on particularly atomizer up close sections when we go down low. So if you might have noticed that on the Bachelor X and on the Deja Vu RDA, those videos, that was with this new lens. It's a macro lens, and I think the up close bits with the atomizers and when I'm looking at coils and things like that, I think it's looking really sharp now, so really pleased with that. So yeah, so hopefully, like I say, always constantly trying to improve. I think the up close sections have just gone up a little notch with this new lens, so really pleased with that. Been messing around with it on Instagram as well, so really cool. So I picked up a new lens, and that is it. And if you don't watch my reviews because the up close are so bad, they're a tiny bit better now, so maybe check them out. So yes, so that's a thing. That is a thing. What else would I say? Oh, juice. I want to shout out this juice. Dem 2. It's actually what I have in here. The Exceed Edge that I just showed you. Dem 2. It is okay. So the custard. This one. Okay, so there's the custard. This one. Very popular custard, highly rated. It's done the rounds. Very popular from Just Add Nick. Obviously, it's coil vapes that make it, but it's available at Just Add Nick. And then they do dat one. So this one, dat one, and the dat one is a tobacco vape, and that's very nice if you like that sort of thing. This is somewhere in between. This is like a slightly tobacco-y, slightly minty vape. Custardy, a little bit of custard in there as well, a little bit of custard, a little bit of mint, a little bit of tobacco. Dem 2. I was convinced I was not going to like this, and even the first hour with it, I was like, it's like an experiment that's gone wrong. I tell you what, it has really grown on me. If you like very unique vapes, do check out that. That's a bit of a shout out for Dem 2 from Coil Vapes. I'm actually impressed. Such a unique flavour, and it's really grown on me really fast, and I'm liking it. So that is Dem 2. Really cool. So a little juice shout out for that. So that's that. That's the half. That's the M2. That's the wasp. Right. Let's get into it. Vape industry news. Vape industry news. So we've had some drama. We've had some events. Some stuff going on. We've had the VooPoo VandyVape Pulse 80-watt Squonker saga. Tony B doing a video. I don't know, back end of last week or over a week ago now, doing a video explaining why the VandyVape Squonker is not going to have the VooPoo board, the gene chip inside it anymore, and the relationship broke apart. The deal broke apart between VandyVape and VooPoo. You know, so it's not going to have that in, and it sounds like VooPoo were very questionable in their business ethics with how they went about the deal. A lot of accusations flying about, a lot of it very unproven. You know, it's very his word, their word. You know, and you can't really play their word against their word with Chinese companies. I don't want to use too broad brushstrokes here, but Chinese business is brutal. It is brutal. They will say anything to anyone to get anything they need, and it is a very brutal thing. And so it's very tricky to comment on when there are very few facts on the ground. I think mistakes were made. I think mistakes were made. The first mistake being marketing. They began marketing a product they didn't have yet. Now, if it's one thing if you're Joytech, you're making every single component or in a product. Every bit of that product is made by Joytech, and you are Joytech, and you're marketing a product because that is the thing. That, and you've made one already, so you know the proof of concept is fine, and you begin marketing, and that's okay. That's the thing. Yeah, you'll actually see that they don't tend to do that though. They actually wait till it's in production before they do it. But that's the thing, that's one thing, and that's okay. But to start marketing with the gene chip, all the marketing, the Pulse 80-watt marketing with the gene chip, to start marketing it before they'd even had delivery of the gene chips, the 40,000 gene chips that they wanted, before they'd even had them delivered, never mind assembling, building them, putting together, before they'd even had them, they've begun marketing. And I think that was a mistake. And I think that mistake was compounded by the fact there were no contracts in place. There was nothing signed, no contracts in place between VooPoo and VandyVape. And so there's two mistakes in one there. It sounded like also, there was a supply issue as well between who they were allowed and entitled to approach as a supplier for resin as well. It sounded like VooPoo felt they had an exclusivity deal with a resin factory, and VandyVape approached the same resin factory for that same Squonker that had a VooPoo element. So it had a VooPoo element in, and it was going to have another VooPoo element in without VooPoo's say, and so there was some difficult business elements to the whole thing. What I would say is, obviously, I've met Tony B. I met him at Expo The Return last year. Lovely man. Lovely man. I really like what he's doing with VandyVape. I think it's important that Chinese companies consult with Western vapors if they want to sell good products to Western vapors. I think that's a positive thing. I think Tony's doing a great job. He's a lovely man. I had a really good talk with him at Expo, and he's a lovely bloke. Him and Mike were incredibly nice at the Expo, very generous with their time, and I had a really good time talking to both of those two guys. So Tony B seems like an absolutely lovely man, but I really don't. I really feel that it's a bit of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. VandyVape told Tony that VooPoo were making a Squonker, and VooPoo are now saying they're not making a Squonker at all. There's currently not in the pipeline at all. No Squonker in the pipeline. So so that's that's not a thing. That's not a thing. So that's not one thing less to be cross with VooPoo about. It's really complicated, and it's really hard to talk on because there's so few facts. But I wouldn't throw personally. I'm pretty lucky because I don't think I'll be reviewing any VandyVape stuff soon, because I've told them I don't want to. Not because of this, other things. And I don't really do VooPoo stuff anyway. They sent me the VooPoo 2 to look at. I said it was a bit naff, and I haven't spoken to them since. So, you know, so luckily I'm not really affiliated in any way with either. But I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm boycotting VooPoo or anything like that. Or, you know, not over this. Not over this, I'm afraid. They didn't breach a contract. There's very little in the way of facts to suggest anything. I personally don't think VandyVape have been 100% truthful with Tony, and so what Tony's put out there as fact, or not as fact, but as what he's been told, I don't believe all of that. I don't believe everything VooPoo. I don't believe a lot of what VooPoo are saying. I don't believe what some of the things VandyVape are saying. I think it's just a mess. I think basically the mistakes were marketing a device that you hadn't built yet, that you didn't have all the parts for yet, not getting contracts in place, and also airing your dirty laundry in public. Airing your dirty laundry in public, I don't think has paid off in this case. I don't think anyone's come out of this well. So for me, those were the mistakes that were made, and that's how I see that. That's how I see that. I know that's, I guess that's a little bit flying in the face of the mainstream consensus. I'm not supporting VooPoo or anything like that. I'm not supporting anyone in this really. I'm just shooting the breeze from both sides. I'm not trying to be controversial or anything like that. I think there's that's how I feel. Let me know what you think in the comments. I feel like there's a lot of business mistakes being made there, a lot of bad practice, but there is a lot of bad practice in the industry anyway. So I'm not surprised at all by the bad practice. A lot of companies are behaving like this. So really, to single out VooPoo for behaving like this when a lot of them are, I think that'd be hypocritical. So there's a lot there. And so I've covered it. I've talked about it. It's a thing. I've talked about it. I'm sure you were all aware of that news. That's my take on it. I think it is our place as reviewers, as vape YouTubers, to comment on things like this. I don't think we can dodge talking about it. I think we have a duty to have an opinion. I think we do have a duty to have an opinion. We are, you know, colour commentators for the industry, aren't we? So that's my take on it. Not as radical as others, I don't think. Tony B's amazing. Tony B's a great guy. No issue there. The two companies, VandyVape and VooPoo, they've aired their laundry in public. Neither have come out well. I think they've both made mistakes. So that's that. The other things, have a quick vape, God. This is all very, I haven't planned what I'm going to say about these things, you know, so it's very off the cuff. So yes, that's why it's so inarticulate. The other thing, you may not have seen this one, this is relatively new and it's been a bit suppressed. Billy, the vaping heathen, did a video expressing his upset at the RDA. So the RDA, which he believes is far too similar to the Dead Rabbit RDA, the RDA he designed with hVape, isn't it? hVape. So he did a video saying he was upset that this product was so similar, basically saying it's a clone. It has a few differences, but overall incredibly similar, very much inspired by / is it a clone, very close to being a clone. And he was upset with nzHzVx, another reviewer, for reviewing it. She fundamentally seemed to not want to review the Dead Rabbit. She's not a big fan of hVape for whatever reason. That does happen, you know, as reviewers. We have bad moments with companies and we stop working with that company, and that does happen. For whatever reason, she didn't seem to want to work with hVape, and she didn't want to review a product by them. So that went down. I guess it comes back to this old clone debate, and what do you consider a clone? Personally, I don't have an issue with nzHzVx doing a video for that product. I think if she's carrying a personal bit of malice against hVape, and carrying that into what should be a completely impartial review, I think that's bad. I think that's not great. I try and leave all my personal opinions at the door when I review a product, but beyond that, I don't really have an issue with them making a video for that product. It hasn't been marketed as the Dead Rabbit. They haven't copied any logo or any branding or any, you know, anything along those lines. It's very hard to review, you know, it's very hard to copyright or patent a deck these days. You know, how many people have used a velocity deck? You know, have hCTMwA used a velocity deck? Have hCTMwA done a clone before? You know, so, you know, it's very hard to say, oh, this airflow is unique to me, I'm the only one doing this airflow. Anything else that does this airflow is a clone. Anything that uses this deck is a clone. For me, I try and keep it much simpler than that in the whole clone thing. If something is literally identical, the screen is the same, the button is the same, the dimensions are the same, the colours are the same, materials are the same, then yeah, obviously you've got to put your hands up and say it's a clone. And the other one, the main thing that I consider a clone is where they literally they've copied one-to-one the item. It's got the same name, but with styled or clone at the end. Same name, same packaging, and it looks the exact same, and it's got the same name, and that's true cloning. They've cloned it to piggyback the marketing of that product, and that is a true clone, and that's what I consider a real clone. And then there are the grey ones where it's insanely copied. So that's what I would consider a clone. The whole Yup RDA thing, it is incredibly similar to the Dead Rabbit, and the Dead Rabbit is great RDA and all that. If I was even, I was Billy. I know he's removed that video now. He's deleted that video. He didn't want Zophie to come out bad of it, and I think she caught a bit of stick from it, and that wasn't the intention of the video. It was more about the product. So I think he's removed that. If I was him, I would have just let it slide. I would just let it slide. I think you've got to take it as a compliment when someone copies your deck. You've got to take it as a compliment when someone copies your airflow, your, you know, whatever, and that's all you can really do in this industry about it. If someone's going to, I'm sure there's already an official Dead Rabbit clone. I'm sure there is a genuinely full-on Dead Rabbit clone out there, and you've just got to roll with it, really. Not give it any more publicity than it needs. Take it as a compliment. Keep pushing your product. Keep marketing your product. If it stole its IP, if it stole its branding, its name, its design, boxing, packaging, all, you know, if it went the full works, then obviously, yeah, completely fair play to be really cross. But it had its own marketing, it had its own design, name, and so that's a really tough one. If I was him, I would have just taken it as a compliment and tried to ignore it as much as possible. But that's that whole beef between the Yup RDA and the Dead Rabbit RDA. And again, I don't think Zophie did that much wrong, really. And again, I don't think Billy did that much wrong. You know, he's just upset. He's passionate about his own product. And again, Vaping Heathen, great reviewer and really nice guy. So that's that. So those are the two things, the two drama-y things that have been going on, and that's my take on them, really. So that's that. Okay, so I'm running out of time a bit now. All that nonsense. My own RTA. I am designing an RTA. I did mention in the previous vlog. The next vlog, I'm hoping to be able to talk properly about it. Let me shut this window. The next vlog, I'm hoping to be able to talk about it properly. I've just been looking at the final production version. So it's going into production now, and I'm hoping to be able to talk about it properly in the next one. So stay tuned for details of an RTA that I've designed with the company, and all that will be announced to come. So I can't say any more on that, but that's where that's at. So stay tuned for all that. Giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Rushing through now, but let's do a giveaway. Okay, so let's do this in the traditional style that I always used to do. This is the Misc Sinuous SW. It is a tank and mod electronic tube mod combo. Very brash looking thing, but it comes with a very good tank, the Gnome tank. Misc Sinuous SW. If you want to win this, all you got to do is email me. Giveaway #2, and it's the title of the email. Email me cd_v1ck@hotmail.com. Giveaway #2 as the title, and in the body put your name and address and the answer to this question: who makes that? Who makes that? So yeah, who makes that? So that's that. That's if you want to win that, that's what you got to do. Email me cd_v1ck hotmail.com. Title giveaway #2, and who makes that? Put that in, the name of the person that makes that, the company that makes that, and my name and your name and address, not my name and address, your name and address in the body of the email. And open worldwide, and I'll randomly pick someone out, and I'll announce who that was somehow. And that person will receive that thing. So yeah, that's how you get that. So that is the bulk of it. That is the bulk of it. Let me pull this up. See if there's any major comments I need to cover from the last one. Products that I've reviewed: Definitive Designs TS. I think it's a great squonker. I really like it. The Espeon Solo I think is a brilliant mod. I'm not a big fan of the colour that they sent me, but a brilliant mod. The V200, rock solid, sturdy, simple mod. You know, I definitely think that will appeal to a certain audience. nzHzVu RDA we've covered. Cascade Super Tank. If you like your big super cloudy sub tanks, then check that out, because that is all of those things. So yeah, so that is previously reviewed stuff. No major corrections or anything. The Endless Mods, the Emmy from Endless Mods UK. The RDA, that is brilliant RDA, that is great for squonking as well as on the mech. The wasp caps fit on there. So if you want that, but you wanted it to be a bit cloudier, just get a wasp as well. Put your wasp cap on it, and it'll be super cloudy. So that's the thing, right? Just pulling up the previous vlog, v1og #1. Mark Todd commented on the previous vlog. You took a week off. I never noticed. Maybe if you'd announced it. That's a little bit of bants about vape reviewers taking time off and then back the next day. Paul McCartney from Vape Don't Smoke, another stellar reviewer. Great vid, mate. Loved the tour. I hope it seemed to go down all right, the tour of the studio. I know it was a mess, but it's never not a mess, you know. So the Vaping Biker commented as well. These get thumbed up, so that's why they're at the top of the comment. The Vaping Biker also commented about my untidy studio in the studio tour. We often share pictures between each other of the mess, you know, when we've got a lot of stuff in or there's a lot going on. So we're often comparing our messy workstations. And I have given him some horrific grief in the past, but his is looking really slick now. He's got a second channel now. Have you seen that? Check that out. So that's a thing. Did you hear that car horn? Quite a lot of... Oh, I know why. Hold on. Quite a lot of people are up for the Facebook group. I still don't know. I don't know if you've noticed, but on YouTube now, in your subscriptions bit, your channels that you subscribe to can put comments in and like polls and pictures and stuff. Yeah, they've not let me do that yet. Even though I've got the requisite amount of subscribers, I've not been allowed to do that yet. So I'm kind of waiting to see if that fulfills what I want it to fulfill before doing the group. And because Mark Todd's got a brilliant Facebook group, Ideal Home Show's a brilliant Facebook group, UK Squonkers is a great Facebook group, Safer Vapors is a great Facebook group, Elite Squonkers is a great Facebook group. So there's all these great groups anyway, and I just don't know if we need another one. But I would like to have a way to interact with you guys daily on the little bits and bats that I can't put on film. So yeah, so the Facebook group's still up in the air, but that's a thing. But a lot of people commented on that. Jeff enjoyed it. Emily wants me to do the Facebook thing. Quite a few people saying good luck with the RTA and that. Yep, stay tuned. For that, I mean, it's not going to be like, it's not, the RTA is not going to be like, I'm not intending to change the face of vaping or anything like that. I've just made an RTA that is affordable, that vapes exactly like I like, which is usually way more expensive than that. So that's the thing. But we'll get there when we get there. What else? Derry Murphy says he's a new subscriber and he's enjoying it. Cheers, mate. Thank you for subscribing. I don't get many new ones, so thank you. Dino, are you going to jam, Dino? Let me know in the comments. He's looking forward to the RTA as well. A few people saying get well soon. I don't know what is going on with this illness. I know a lot of people have had it, and it like just lingers, doesn't it? It's just hard to shake off. It's a really hard to shake off bug. A few people talking about starter kits as well. People burnt out on sub-tanks. Yeah, sub-tank market is crazy. So yeah, a mixture of things there. The overwhelming consensus is people quite fancy the Facebook group. It doesn't matter. The great thing about the Facebook group as well, it doesn't matter how many people are in there, even if it's like 20. Then we've still got a way to chat. I can say what would you like next? What do you think of this? I just got this, and just like picture it out of the box and stuff like that. Whereas everything else I do, like the Instagram, I try and take a proper picture when I've properly been using it and it's all set up, and I try and make a nice thing of it, and I actually dedicate time to do that. Whereas I could literally just have my phone and go, Bosh, what do you think of this? And I could get your opinions, and I could put your opinions into the reviews, and it'd be a really cheeky, quick, easy way of doing giveaways as well. I don't know, the Facebook group thing's a thing. But yeah, there's a dog going crazy outside. I don't know if you can hear that or not. But yes, so that's about covered it. That's about covered it. I've showed you the new stuff. I'm sorry this isn't live. Live things are definitely happening. The live thing is definitely happening. Loads of cool new stuff coming up. You know, stay tuned for the Greek temple and the graffiti and the cultura and the Relu that's at work and the e-leaf thing that's at work, whatever that is. I hope it's not that. We'll get there when we get there. Yeah, so it's all good. Let me know if you want me to do a little cheeky show and tell on the half, if you're not familiar with those. To be honest, I'm probably not gonna, because you should go and see Mark Todd's video on it instead. Yeah, so that's the thing. So all good stuff. Sorry this wasn't live. Live things are definitely coming back really, really soon. I just got to clear my schedule a little bit, and not have like such a raspy voice. I've had to stop and cough quite a lot during this, so I've edited it out. But yeah, so yeah, it's a thing. So I hope it's okay. Thank you for watching. Check out that juice if it sounds like your thing. Dem2 from justanic.co.uk. Yeah, all good stuff. All good stuff. I've been Vick. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, etc. And I'll see you again for all these reviews, all this stuff that's getting reviewed. See you soon.